For years, Japan's been known as the Holy Land for cheap JDM cars. I'm talking Skylines, Supras, RX-7s, cars we dream about in North America. But is buying a car in Japan actually cheaper once you ship it home? Today, we're going car shopping in Japan to find out if importing a JDM car is still a cheat code, or if the internet's been lying to us this whole time.
Dave, here we are. 33, a GT-R right there. 4 doors.
Oh, there's a bunch.
34s, 34, 32s. All right. Dude, if we don't find a GT-R for you here, I don't know if we're gonna find a GT-R anywhere. This is Global Auto. This is a friend of Mr. Torikichi's, and we're gonna go out there right now. Let's see if we can buy something, dude. Let's go negotiate.
$20,000! If you're into JDM cars, and not all of you are, and that's okay, but this is a full dealership here in Japan with all iconic 90s and 2000s JDM legends. All in one place, like, my God.
Yeah, no lack of GT-Rs here, huh?
No lack of GT-Rs.
GT-Rs, GTSTs, they're not all GT-Rs, but I think if we can't find one here, Dave, we're gonna have a little trouble finding one this trip, but I think this is gonna be good. I got a good feeling.
We got Evo, we have STI, obviously the Sylvia. These are sexy. Oh, dude.
Okay.
Supra?
All right, we found a good shop, dude.
This is the craziest car dealership I've ever seen. It's all outside. There's a Bayside Blue GT-R over here. Think of this amount of money and inventory out in the rain, not inside.
Look at how packed in they are. You know, this is a very small country, tight on space, so it's hard to get stuff in here, but ooh, Dave.
Is that a 33? That's sick. I'd buy that.
That is awesome. Really. Is
it his? The fancy jacket?
That's a good looking car, huh?
Beautiful.
Sounds so good.
And
Those
like,
taillights.
this car being a 94, 95 is 30 years old, but look at the condition.
Beautiful.
It looks like it's brand new. Yeah, a little bit of trumbull in there. Look at the paint. Titanium tip. Well, I don't think that one's for sale.
I don't think so either.
But
so
this could be.
We're gonna have to see.
This could be a good car for our top secret collab with a certain company I can't talk about.
I got a feeling it's a customer's car. It's not gonna be for sale. It says for some strange reason. I got a feeling. So let's find out though. We're gonna meet the boss and find out.
This is what we're after, a 33. Ooh, she's pretty. Look at this, we have a Bayside Blue, the V-Spec 2. In fact, ironically, this is the car that Damon had for a little while. It's a V-Spec 2 Bayside Blue, R34 GT-R.
Oh, I remember.
We bought it, we paid 200,000 Canadian for it, had the Nismo wheels on it, had the same fenders, the Nismo fenders on it. This is actually like almost the same spec and everything. Like,
it was a V-Spec too?
Yeah.
Wow, it's a good looking car.
Yeah, it's a good looking car.
The Bayside Blue is just so nice, huh?
It's a big money car right there.
Love it. Love it.
We got a red one over here.
Yeah. Funny, not a lot of 33s. I think the 33 is the hardest one to find, man. It was the least popular of those 3 generations. At least in Japan, that's a 33. It's a
okay, we got another 33.
Candidate.
I gotta learn how to spot the differences. Look at this though.
Taillights.
Another GT-R, another V-Spec 2, GT-R, GT-R.
So those are 32s. You see the difference on the taillights? The taillights are the giveaway for me at least. So the 34s get the small and the large taillight like that. So that'll tell you right there. The 32s have the same size, but there's a little space between them with the reverse light between them. And the 33s, if you look, it's dual, but there's no.
Got it. Reverse light is my indicator now.
Reverse light's below it.
We have a 33 over here. We're gonna go look at this one, and I don't want a super clean one because it's gonna get cut up. And this one doesn't look super clean, which might be to our advantage, right? Even comes with the key already in the trunk.
Perfect car, right?
No, we don't want perfect.
We don't need a perfect car. We need a car.
In fact, it can have a bad motor because we're gonna build it.
Who knows? Maybe we found a candidate here. Let's go find out.
It's a GT-R, good. Because they are wide body compared to the whatever non-GT-R would be.
Correct. There's a difference in the quarter panels, the headlights, and a lot of things, which is why we are specifically looking for an R33 GT-R.
Could this be the DDE R33 GT-R here in Japan? Well, it comes down to obviously is the car for sale, what's done to it, but more importantly, price. I have to calculate the cost to get this into Canada. I mean, if we can get this thing for like 50 grand, 40 grand, 30 grand? No, probably 50. The market's 50 to 80 in the US. I talked to Tommy Effia the other day and he goes, for a rough one, 50, for a really nice clean one, it's 100. So if we get this for like 30 grand, because I don't want to buy a super clean, beautiful one because it's getting cut up for a secret project I can't talk about. These things a secret brand we just saw. Also, if we found an 09 or a 2010 or 11 R35, that's 15-year rule and go to Canada. Okay. But it's not what we're after. We've had one. Do I want one right-hand drive? I can buy one in Canada. You know, you couldn't get these in Canada, so that's what makes them more special. But the division's around the 33, so let's ask some questions about what's available.
Yeah.
But specifically, this dirty gal right here. How's the interior? Is that a bumper?
Assuming that looks like the bumper, possibly. So, Could be. It actually looks in pretty decent shape.
But we don't want a dirty interior. We want a clean interior. He offered this guy 20 grand.
They're going to be anywhere from about 7 million yen up to about 12 million yen. There's an S1.
Oh, the Nismo one. Yeah, he has on his.
Like his one, the same engine like that. We're talking about with lower mileage, and that you're getting up into that territory right there. Or so.
And for what we need, we don't need clean, we don't need low miles because we're going to rebuild the motor and we're going to rebody it. So it'd be an absolute waste. This car, I can't show the front, but it's got a lot of damage. This car is about half the price of that one, just under half the price.
He has another one, clean car. He's owned it for about 12 years. Got a little rust in the trunk pan, not a lot, but he says the trunk pan, the base would need to be cut out and replaced. He doesn't think it had any accident history other than a little bit of rust. Also about the same. About the same.
No crash.
He doesn't think so. He would check it. He doesn't believe it had any crash history.
I have it currently. It's a running vehicle.
They did a bunch of stuff to it. I think they did some cams in it, the gasket resealing kit on it. They probably did a bigger turbo as well from what he remembers. It's a good car other than that little bit of rust he said in the trunk, but that would also be approximately in that price range. So he's got a couple of options. The other ones are all going way up into the much higher price range that we were just looking at, the 60s and 70s. So this car, and then sort of naniro this car. That one's red, the one that we're talking about. So you got a red one, he's got the white one that would kind of fall in. 価格帯はその2台ぐらいですかね、600前後の。
How much were these cars 5 years ago?
300ぐらい。
About 3 million yen. So you're talking about what more than about $20,000 or something.
God damn it.
They've gone up a lot.
Maybe NSXs too, though.
全部上がってますよね。
それとやっぱり
So the reason they've gone up is two reasons: the American 25-year rule, which has brought these cars in higher demand, and the lower yen. The yen going devalued has also brought the values up of them quite a bit. So.
10台ぐらい持ってるんですね。
はい。
あとそれも。
The other thing is you can't find them anymore. He has stuff that he bought 10, 12 years ago that he's selling now, but once he sells them,
that's it.
They're done. Where are you going to go find other ones now? It's getting harder and harder to find them. So.
There's lots of them get empty.
Exactly. So, I mean, he's buying up, as you can see, 34s.
For comparison, what's the R34 market like? Like that baseline blue GT-R, how much is that selling for?
ゲノゲで言うたとしたとしても、ちょうど1000ぐらいじゃないですか。
About 70 grand or 60 some odd grand more than what a 33 is. 1000万, so 10 million yen.
32と33であればもうほぼ互角一緒ぐらいですね。
になったんですか？
なりましたね。
33が追いついてきた。それか so 33s have now caught up to 32s, approximately the same value now. So
wow.
Yeah, where the 33 was more of a value a while ago, the 33 has gone up so much that it's now met approximately at the same value of where R32 GT-Rs are now.
あと
wine red R32 GT-R in there. So that car, he's got that car for sale, and that car is about approximately.
Plus, you gotta get to the U.S. You gotta pay duty on it.
そっからね、運送費、コンテナ代、関税。So I think for your needs though, for something you got, the red car he talked about that's not here, and this white one probably seem like better candidates for what you got. Especially if he's got the front clip that he's going to give you with this, which is all new replacement parts for it. The damage on his car doesn't look too bad.
No.
No, I mean, you got the core support, you got some of the, the air conditioning, some of the components up front, but it didn't look too bad.
It's a nice car. I'm not even a huge R34 fan, but seeing them all here together, I know how special this is. So if you're into those cars right now, make sure you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. It doesn't really mean anything anymore on YouTube land. Just watch the video, don't skip the ads, okay?